Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my March book haul. So I have about 19 books to share with you. 4 of them are just dust jackets, but I wanted to include them because they're so gorgeous. But I wanted to first talk about the 4 books that I have in the mail coming because I wanted to include them in this video because I bought them in March. So the first one is Next to You by Hannah Bowman Young, I think is her name. That might be wrong, but I'm going to put it up here. So I know she's been going around Instagram and BookTube and people have just been loving her books. So I'm really excited to read this one. I saw that Jess from Piece of Books raving about this one and really loving it, so I wanted to grab this one. I think that he might be like a car mechanic. If I might be wrong, I don't really remember. But he and the heroine, I think they either have to start like a fake dating relationship or maybe it's a fake like marriage of convenience. I can't remember. But I just wanted to grab one of her books because everybody has been loving her lately and I wanted to try her out. The next book I want to chat about is Iced Out by C.E. Britchie. This is a hockey romance and I think they are rivals on like rivaling hockey teams maybe, but everybody I feel like on like Instagram and Book Talk have just been loving this book, and I am very much in a hockey romance mood, and so I wanted to snag this one. And I have another book by C.E. Britchie. It's called Follow the River. So I wanted to read one of her books and I'm really excited to get Iced Out and read it. I have been just loving hockey romances and I have another hockey romance on this book haul list that I'll share with you in a second. But I'm very excited to read this and to read some amazing sports romances. The next book I have coming in the mail is Highest Bidder by Sarah Kate. So I, in March, binge read the last 2 books in this Salacious Players Club series, and this is the newest release. This is a major age gap. The hero is 56, and I think the heroine, I don't remember what her age is, but it's definitely like the biggest age gap I've ever read before. I think I'm going to start it actually tonight on my Kindle because I am just so excited. But I think what happens is that she is being like auctioned up at the club and I think like nobody bids on her, and then the hero kind of takes pity on her but doesn't want her to be embarrassed and puts a bid out on her for them to like have one night together, and I think then they like start up a romance. But I am so excited for this book and I cannot wait to read it. I've just been seeing so many people loving this one. And I just like love the cover model. I think he is so gorgeous and I'm just dying to read this. There I think is a whole sequence in the book where they're in Paris, so I'm excited for that. I'm just so excited for this book and cannot wait to get my hands on my copy. The last book that's coming in the mail that I like don't have physically is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. So I've seen this book on a lot of people's like favorites and I just bit the bullet and purchased it. It was only $10, which was a steal. I feel like for, like if I went to a Barnes & Noble, it would have been like 20 bucks. But anyways, I have just been hearing so many amazing things about this book. And I've kind of not really been reading a lot of traditionally published books lately, but I saw on Jess from Piece of Books channel, she did a live show and she's doing a whole series of live shows with different narrators, and she had Zachary Weber on for her first live show and he was talking a lot about Abby Jimenez and her writing, and so I really want to listen to the audiobook of this book and then have a physical copy of it to showcase on my shelves, and I can always, if I don't like it, keep it or give it to a friend, whatever. But I am just very excited to read this. I think it deals with maybe, I honestly don't remember anything about this book, but I know people just love it, and so I wanted to grab it. All right, so now we're going to get into the physical books I have. So the first one I want to talk about is The Counterfeit Scoundrel by Lorraine Heath. This is a historical romance. This is her newest release, and I'm dying to read this one. It's also on my April TBR. I am just really excited about this book. I think the heroine and hero are both spies maybe, and I think what he does is he helps women like get out of really bad situations if they're married to somebody and pretend to like have an affair with him, but they like just like like games or whatever, but it makes it look like they're having an affair. And I think there's like a murder that happens and the heroine has to like figure it out and thinks the hero might have something to do with it. I don't know if that's like correct or not, but I am very excited to read this and I am dying to read this. I love Lorraine Heath and I just love all of her books that I've read so far, so I'm really excited to get to this new release from her. The next book I want to share is Look the Part by Julie Ann. So I read this book in March and absolutely fell in love with it. It was so good. I read it on audio, and this is a office hate to love single dad romance, and the hero's a lawyer and he owns this office building, and the heroine rents out an office in the building, and she is actually a music therapist and makes a ton of noise, and she is just like, it's the definition of sunshine and grumpy, and she is so hilarious. She is just like, I loved her character so much, and he gets so annoyed with her because she's very loud and he's a lawyer. He's like, I have to concentrate, and his son like absolutely adores her, and it was such a good romance. It's hate to love goodness. He's a single dad, but he feels a lot of guilt over the death of his wife, and it was just a really amazing story. Like, I just fell in love with this book. I really love the emotionality of it and the different aspects of that, but I just like fell in love with this one. It was hilarious. I laughed out loud. I had such a great time listening to the audio of this one, and the funniest thing was that the heroine had 5 pet rats, and at one point they like escaped from her office, and he found them like in his office, and he freaked out, and it was so funny. I just like laughed out loud so many times reading this book and listening to the audio, and I am so excited to read some more from Julie Ann. So definitely down below, let me know your favorite books from Julie Ann, because I really want to get into her backlist and read some more of her books, but I just don't know where to start. I might read The Naked Fisherman next from her, but definitely let me know if you have some favorites from her, because I would love to know. Next book I have to share with you is Bittersweet Memories by Katerina Mora. I always end up like messing up her name by accident, but I have just been seeing this author everywhere, and everybody has been adoring her books, and she is described as a very angsty author, messy, with lots of angst, and I love that in books, so I really want to try out this one. I think this one is where when her boyfriend breaks her heart, Alana goes after his older brother in a quest for revenge. It would have been simple if he wasn't also her new boss. As they work together, it soon becomes clear Silas knows more about her than he should. He knows about the past she's forgotten and the memories that evade her, but some secrets are better left buried. So I'm very excited for this one. I'm also excited for, I think it's called The Wrong Bride, where the heroine ends up marrying the hero, but then he's actually in love with her sister, and he doesn't really want to marry her, but he has to for some reason. So I am just very excited to read some books from this author and fall into the love and affection for this author that everybody else is in right now. And so I'm really excited, and hopefully I can get to it this month or in May. The next book I have on this list is The Choice by Ashley Jade. This is a very messy love triangle romance. That's all I really know. That's all I want to know. I think it's first set in high school, but I'm really excited to read this. I first want to read the words though, because this is before the words, and this has some storyline in the words, so I really want to read that first. And I actually have the words on my April TBR, so I'm excited to read that. And to get to this one, this is labeled as very messy and angsty, so I'm excited to get to it soon. The next book I have to share with you is The Enforcer by Avery Keeland. This one sounds amazing. It is a hockey romance, and I think the hero is the heroine's ex-boyfriend, and he is on like a national hockey team, and she ends up having to work for the hockey team and see him again. So I'm really excited to read this one. I think this is like the second book in this series. I feel like Offside is the first one in this series, so I might want to read that one first before this one, but I'm just really excited to read some amazing hockey romances and to try out this author. Then I grabbed Binding 13, gosh, I can't remember, by Chloe Walsh. I can never remember the author's name for whatever reason, but this is actually on sale for $13 on Amazon, so it might still be up on sale. Normally it's like, I think like maybe almost $20, but that makes sense. It's a pretty chunky book. So I got it when it was on sale, and I am really excited about this book. I know that Tori from Live a Novel Life has like loved this author in this series. I think it is like a rugby romance. I don't really know. Like I've seen everybody talking about it, but I don't know what it's about. I think he is a rugby player, and he is primed for stardom. Not even the shy new girl at Tom in college, the one with the sad eyes and hidden bruises, the one that distracts him like no one has ever before. Plagued by a hidden injury and desperate to impress the scouts watching his every move, Johnny has been placed on a pedestal so high he has no room to make mistakes. Striving to maintain balance and on the crest of the international summer campaign, Johnny needs to get his head in the game. He needs to stay focused and cannot afford to let distractions get in the way of the bigger picture. But what happens when a lonely girl with sad eyes becomes the only picture? Life has never been easy for Shannon Lynch. Bullied and tortured, she arrives at Tom in college midway through the school year, praying for a fresh start and desperate to shake off the demons that plague her. So I think this one's a pretty emotional romance, and I think it's like friends to lovers. So, in like pretty like messy maybe, I don't know, but I've just heard a lot of people loving this book and this author, so I wanted to try her out. Alright, so the next books I'm going to talk about is that I got some special edition dust jackets of the ACOTAR series, because I just like saw people talking about this, and I already had some special edition dust jackets. Like I took off, like I have these ones from the no, it's A Touch of Magic, I think. But these are from the Dusty shop, and I just like love them so much and wanted to have some, like have them on my shelves. So I'm really excited to have them. This is the ACOTAR one. It's so pretty. And then the back is the like hand. I have A Court of Mist and Fury. This is my favorite one. It's so pretty. And then the back, A Court of Wings and Ruin. And the back, I love that on the back of this one they have the ships, because that's like an important part of the story. And I have A Court of Silver Flames. This one's so pretty. And then the back. And then I have A Court of Frost and Starlight. I have that somewhere else because I don't have a copy yet of A Court of Frost and Starlight, and so I didn't want to like fold it yet until I had the book, so I could make sure the measurements are right so it's in a safe place until I get my copy of that one. And then I went to Half Price Books in March and found some goodies. I found a couple of the Black Dagger Brotherhood series in hardback, and so I wanted to grab those because those are sometimes really hard to find. Like I never find these at my local Half Price Books, so I wanted to snag them. This one is Lover Mine, John Matthews' story and Zex's story, and so I'm super excited to have this one. I have Lover Avenged. I think this is like Revenge's story. Yeah, I really love Revenge's character. He's so interesting, and I love with the little dagger down the side, the spine. I just love that. Lover Unleashed, which is Payne's story, which is the next book in the series I need to read soon. And here's the spine. I just like love, I'm so glad I found these in hardback because I want to be able to read them in hardback, because sometimes it's hard for me to hold mass market paperbacks, especially like big ones, and I don't want to like rip the spine on them, but I'm very excited to have this in hardback. Then I have Lover at Last, which is Belay and Quinn's story, which I'm very excited to read. You just see so much angst of their relationship like coming in the books, and I just like am so excited for their story and their romance, and I love them so much. Like I love their characters so much, and I can't wait to read them and their story. The last one is Lover Reborn. I think this is Torment story, so I'm excited for his story. He's a very tortured hero, but I'm very excited to have all of these in hardback and to keep collecting more in this series, because I really want to collect them in hardback. I know it's super hard to find the first couple of books in the series, but I'm okay with that. I just want to collect like the later ones because I've already read the first couple of books in the series. Alright, well, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the books I bought in March. This, my stack over here, my hand's right here. This is the stack it's about to topple over, but that's okay. Hopefully it won't until I'm finished with this video. But I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you are having a great day wherever you are, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.